I usually start with my feel the words discussion asking, is the chair comfortable?
So what are you going to say now? Is the kitchen happy?
Is the chef happy in the kitchen rather?
The chef is extremely happy in the kitchen.
And that is actually the best place and the best way to have the discussion. Spontaneous.
Just a conversation over cracking the eggs.
Johan, it seems to be this is your happy place.
It is. That's why I chose the restaurants as first option before I chose anything else. Because if you do love what you do, you're never going to get tired.
You've been how many years in the hospitality industry now?
In July, I capped 15 years.
What is that wisdom and what is the life lessons that you've taken out of there?
The most important thing is that when you lead a team, you should never teach your team to judge people when they come to the restaurants. They must always know that this person is coming in tomorrow and they're going to come for coffee, and then next week they're going to come back for coffee. It's what you build with people. That's the main aspect that I've learned through the years. It's not to get the customer out of the seat and out the door and the next one in, and you are trying to build your own little community within your store. It's always about the connection. That's what's it about. I can't name restaurant names, but there's a specific restaurant. They have family core values and the waiters are extremely well trained. But I don't think that those restaurants ever train waiters to be empathetic and not money chasing. Staff should be a bit more understanding and not just say, I'm going to get a bad tip, so the service is going to be the same as the tip. I'm teaching our staff not to do that.
That is a very fine nuance, is to read the people.
It is. If you go into a table and someone is in a serious meeting with someone else, you're not going to go there and keep scratching, do you want to order food? You should read the room when you even enter your section as a waiter.
Yeah.
Like, okay, those ones are busy breaking up. Shame. Those ones are getting married, so there's something going on at the table. Let me just back off a bit. I'll give them time to discuss whether they're going to discuss a wedding or whether they're going to discuss in-laws. You'll just distance yourself from whatever is going on.
We are reading the situation right now and we do have hungry people coming here. What are you baking today?
I'm baking a crustless quiche with tomatoes, mushrooms and spinach.
The calmness, control, was that always part of you or something you learned along the way?
When I was 20, I started a very busy franchise, and it's either you stay in that lane of you guys are busy, you're pushing out like 400, 500 pizzas on a Friday night, or you get out of the line and you go and sit and sulk somewhere. So you could have made a choice. Either you play with the busyness or you go and sit and wait until the rush is over. You need to be confident in what you want to be and what you want to do. I think I've learned it from a very young age. You can't go and sit and cry at the back because it's intense and people want to eat. They're coming out because they want to experience the service that you promised them when you walked in at the door. When you go to restaurants, you have this expectation.
You not only taking people and you give them skills, but you also build them.
We never hire based on qualifications because per se, I think we do hire on personalities. My boss has a very good saying, and I do sometimes agree with him, you can make a beggar a waiter if the personality is good. And I tend to hire like that. If I see someone comes in, they're like very bold and bubbly and happy, I know, this one is going to be good with customers. Connection. This is this person, they're having so many sugars in the coffee, they don't like their toast burnt. If they can communicate with someone, then they're ready to be hired.
There is a saying always, you can teach someone skill, but you cannot teach the heart and the attitude.
Exactly. All these certificates, but you don't know how to speak to people. Will it work? Won't it work? You went to waitering school. Are you going to actually just be a robot saying, hi, welcome to ABC, blah, blah, blah. It won't work. I always think to our own personality.
So the humor for you is your personality, but also the way to kind of calm or settle the atmosphere when you feel stressed or under pressure.
Definitely. If you're going to be strict the whole time and not crack a joke to be like, I'm not feeling it at work today. But when you go and say, I'm a very bubbly person. I think I've been like that since I grew up. I grew up in a orphanage, and I think when you like that and you need to persist, you want to become something in life and you don't know what to do, I think people is the first option. You learn from people's mistakes. You tend not to be like people. I was raised by government since the age of 11. I think I've done well for myself, but you learn to be humble as you grow. You learn not to see people how they act and how they do it. You always read people like that. I think that's the better way to put it. Even my staff, I teach them not to judge people. I don't think it's a good quality anyways.
By the way, the quiche was absolutely lovely. I do have a few questions more. You lead a team and you encourage them daily. What do you do to recharge and fill your own cup?
I have a systematic way of doing things. I'll get home, I'll eat, I'll bath, and then I'll switch on for cartoons. Like the old, like 1970s, 1980s cartoons, like the old classical music ones. You simply recharge. It takes your mind off because you're used to coffee machines and people fighting here and people going on there, and you have people passing through the mall. So how our stores located is it's in the middle of the walking aisle. So you do get a lot of noise and all the extractor fans and the toasters and the cleaning of pots. So you need something else to take your mind off that noise when you get home. It's like we're now on the farm. I'm settling in today. My mind is now used to the quietness, but that's how I recharge. So you watch cartoons.
I love that. That is really fascinating. Well, Charlie Chaplin's Soundless movie is next. Every chef has a secret ingredients in the recipe as such. What is your secret ingredient?
I would believe it's connectivity, just not for staff, but also for customers. You're not coming to work just because you're working. You are there to build yourself a connection. Whether you're seeing one table having a fight, or someone is getting married, or someone is going through a divorce, or someone just passed. Our staff are generally now seeing that they are in a way connected to our customers. They generally feel that, oh, I'm needed there, or no, I'm not needed there. So it's more the connections between myself and staff, or us for customers. We had this customer, she was there for about 3 weeks. And every morning for 2 weeks of those 3 weeks, she would buy 2 coffees every morning. And the more she came to the store, the more she learned from staff how they used to take orders. And by the 3rd week, she only bought 1 coffee. And then that one specific morning, I was standing behind the till. I'm like, you're only buying 1 coffee today instead of 2. And it ended up the emotion that she was carrying for that last week. She was all excited on the 1st week of the 3 weeks. And by the last week, you could see this friendly, nice lady from Australia was totally drained from visiting the hospital for 3 weeks. And they were like, if you're from Australia, are you alone? Do you have people visiting? And she just said, I just was my father this morning. That's hence why I'm only buying 1 coffee today. But it will be my last coffee. So, yeah, it's a bit of a touching story.
It is very touching, and that's what it is. It's a connection, and she needed that.
And I mean, she could have gone to every other store in the centre. There's 14 stores selling coffee, but she chose our store. It's a shame I can't mention the name. She chose that store, not because of the coffee, but because of the way the staff were treating her. So I think sometimes when you choose a coffee shop, you don't tend to choose the product, you choose what people offer. And in my case, I think connectivity.
That is very beautifully said. Love that. Your secret recipe. Would you say you're more extrovert or introvert?
I'm both. So always have this thing that when I'm at work, I'm extremely extrovert. You can hear me coming down the escalator some days. At home, totally introvert. You really have to look for me in the house to find out where I am.
Though you are extending your work, you're taking the work even with you, because you came here to the farm to relax, and the next I see you on your laptop developing your app for the hospitality industry, something. So please explain to me again.
I see it's now officially almost loading in 3 weeks on Play Store. It's called Coffee Crew. If you look at the word crew, it means, when I was sitting last time, I'm like, this need a proper meaning. I mean, if you do something, you need to do it with meaning, right? And I was looking at the name, I'm like, is the name right? And then I'm like, it is actually Coffee Crew. Crew meaning if you're on a ship and the ship is going through a storm, you're together. And when it's sunnies and no breezes, you're all good as a team. So I developed the app to assist if opening a restaurant or you have an existing restaurant, that it will assist you in operations wise, whether you have 50 staff or whether you have 10 staff, whether you have 5 kitchen employees that need to be on the same goal when 2 of them are off tomorrow and you don't want the recipe to be broken. For HR, you can view your contracts. It's literally based on your current labor law. I've now integrated it for calendar views so management stay on top of things. The app is there to assist management to be less paperworky and more with customers. That was the main goal, and I've used our store to guinea pig the app.
Exactly within the hospitality, and your priority is your clients and your staff. So whatever would assist within the system what you developed, or one in under one umbrella that handles everything.
All under one umbrella. From scheduling to staff payroll information to, obviously it has its levels, so waiter can't open the app and say, I'm seeing everybody's pay slips today and whatnot. They obviously have the level of security built in.
And would you mind if I would put that Coffee Crew logo and information up for the viewers to see and to look up that?
I'm happy for you to do that.
And I love what you said. Whatever you do it with a meaning. If your life were a book, what shelf would it belong to? Recipes and reflections, people, or perhaps something unnamed, still being written?
I think if it was a book on a bookshelf, people and persons, I think it would fall under that category. Yes. Do you want me to elaborate?
Yes.
Since my mom had a bakery and stuff, I think I've always been into loving people. I think that's where you would find my book there. It's under people in persons. Everything that I've learned was through parents, eventually in time. I think from bakery side was definitely my mom. From cooking was definitely my grandmother. So I would definitely have it under that part, yes.
Lovely. Thank you. You happy?
I'm happy. It is raining. Yeah. I'm looking at the pond.
Yeah, it is raining, and let me change this.